Okay, so I'm going to start with this issue. This will take probably a few days. In this issue, we are going to support a new skeletal library for KorGE. Right now, we support Dragon Bones. In the past, we also supported Splitter, but in the end we dropped support waiting for the version 2 of Splitter that is going to support deformers and things like that. But the Splitter 2 version is taking a lot of time. It's cheaper than Spine, but in the end Spine is the most popular skeletal 2D skeletal library for games, so we are going to support it for KorGE 2.0. and well, what we are going to do is probably to convert the Java version that it's probably using libgdx. In fact, I think the editor itself, at least at the beginning, was written in Java and was using the libgdx backend. So I think this runtime is probably updated and hopefully it works just fine. There are a few more runtimes. We have to check the license we have to put in the repository. For example, the hacks one. Let me check. I think we have to put this license in the repository, and I'm not sure if we can publish the binaries. I have to check, but well, in the end we are going to just copy the license and the source code of the libgdx version, and with that we are going to convert it to Kotlin. And this one doesn't have, the license is here, so we are going to copy this license in our project. In the end, this will be split in several repositories, but for now we are going to put it in our main repository with all the projects, so we can update everything as we refactor things, rename things, remove things. We can check all the stuff at once, and it should be easier to make breaking changes that make sense. We won't have to wait too much long for. So I think there are just a few classes. Seems to be more simpler than Dragon Bones. So let's fork this repo with the official runtimes, so we can copy the relevant files into our library. let's see, spine contents, and here well, yeah, now we have it. So spine libgdx, and we can open this project as Maven, I think. This project repositories dependencies only depends on libgdx, and I think, yeah, we can just copy this into our project in the common folder. I don't know if we can start with the JVM for simplicity. Maybe we can start here, Kotlin, and we paste this folder here, and well, maybe we should keep the original sources. The original sources, the original sources here, and maybe we can put the commit we used as reference for this, just in case. Yeah, 3.8, the tag is 3.8, so we used this that is tagged as 3.8. So if they update it, we can just get the differences between this commit and the next one, in a way, so we can backport the fixes. So let's just store this information for later, and well, I think we can here in this project. I think we can start having the JVM with Java here, so we can migrate little by little the project. I don't know, Kotlin, if I can do this with Java just in this project. Let's try. Actually, I have to include it here. So spine, and let's see if this works. I don't know in the other projects. I didn't use the Kotlin spine. Well, it seems At least it seems that we have access here, or maybe not. Yeah, it seems so. So nice. Okay, so we don't need GWT, so let's remove this, and let's see if we can put Java here. Yeah, it seems so. So let's spine RCC main. Let's move the Kotlin conf folder here. And this probably won't compile because we don't have these utilities here. But maybe what we can do is to provide those classes, just those ones, temporarily. So in the end, we use the the ones from KorGE, but initially, so we can compile this code and try it out. So graphics, let's create this package here, and color here. Okay, so position is a vector that has probably double property here. Maybe we can copy it from libgdx directly. So vector 2, since these have lots of methods, since we can check if they have references, we can remove them later if required. So let's see, vector Java. I think this one doesn't have any further references, so we can just copy it. This is temporal, so interpolation. Maybe, I don't know if we don't need this. Actually, maybe yes. Let's because I wasn't checking the Java files. Yeah, but it seems this is not referenced. So yeah, something like this. In these methods, math utils, let's check this file. By the way, I'm looking for files pressing the T key, so I can just type one class, and in Java projects it just works because the class names is called, if you press the question mark key, you can see all the shortcuts. I'm using this one to navigate in the source code. So yeah, and we are going to copy this to the math utils here, and it seems that here's an error using random, but it seems that we are using just this one, or not even the case, random direction. So let's see if we have random references here, random triangular. So yeah, we are using it in a jitter effect, but well, we are going to see the rest of the dependencies. We depend on a float array here and an array here and inset. So here utils and inset. Let's start with inset. Hopefully those are self-contained. Well, we will require some things here. Let's see, inset. We will require object set here. And math utils that we have already. So utils, this one and this one, and it seems that we require the array Java here. And there are a lot of things here that probably are not being used. Inset, int array. Let's include this exception here. This in the utils, package, and int array here. Let's copy this one too, this one, inset, no, int array, this one. So this one is already compiling. This one requires a collections class from here. Yeah, it's just a configuration or something. Okay, so this one is compiling two already. Arrays requires predicate. But array reflection is from here. Later we won't need all this stuff. We have to create the reflect package here, and this one seems pretty small too, so let's copy it probably no dependencies required. So nice. Predicate. I don't know why this is not included. Maybe it's not the same. Maybe in the same package, in the utils package. Java iterator. Hopefully this one won't have further dependencies. And this one null annotation. Maybe it's part of the utils package too. I thought maybe it was a library or something. And this one is compiling already. This one sort. This requires sort method. This sort method. The array and sort array, but it seems that this is not required for the spine runtime. So let's remove it so we don't have to include more stuff like that. And this reference is internal. This one is from this class too. The same for reverse. So this is compiling already. And utils, we are going to use a normal random here. And this one will require some adjustments. Number utils, we require color. We require number utils. So let's grab it. It's from the utils package. So this is here, and we can copy it here. So vector2 still requires, maybe we don't need this. Let's comment it for now, so we don't have to bring the matrix 3 class just yet. And this method is not in the interface either. I think I removed it before, maybe. Interpolator. Yeah, well. So now these classes are compiling already. Let's copy the color class. So graphics color here. Yeah, this one doesn't have further references, so I think these classes are already here. We need the float array too. Let's get it. Float array. Yeah, now all the imports are available here. Let's check this. There is a pool class here in the utils folder too. So pool. Later we will use the pool from KorGE. and all the other classes. But for now, these two classes, let's check. Texture Atlas. This one, I think that those classes, I won't include these classes because probably they are pretty coupled to libgdx itself. So I'm going to just stop its dependencies. So attachment, the region, find region, this is here. And this requires an atlas region that it's a texture region that is here, and this is either an interface. Let's check. This is a class, so let's just stop it for now. Atlas region, and this extends texture region probably. Okay, so we will need those probably here and here. Let's verify the types, but probably they are float. So atlas region, okay, in fact, if atlas region, texture atlas interface, no, texture atlas, but atlas region, it's a class that extends texture region, and these fields are from here, should be put in there because we have checked this. Rotate. Well, actually, let's just add them with the most likely types. And region, probably this is from here. Not implemented error. This is a runtime. I don't have to propagate it, it seems. Okay, so it seems that here we have two values, two UV properties, 2 points, probably defining their region. And well, let's check this one is not compiling. Get check to degrees region, degrees atlas region. degrees, and texture let's check get texture. So it's not from, it's probably from the texture region, and get texture, and it's a texture that is on graphics. So on graphics here, let's put this texture, and here we need a get texture, probably okay. So, and the texture requires a width and a height. Okay, so let's continue with the rest of the classes of this of this package, and this package seems to be compiling already. So actor, let's create this class. Maybe we won't require this, maybe this is just a view, but let's create scenes 2D and actor, and we need graphics H2D but probably for drawing vertices here, and actor. So something like this. Let's check if it's an interface or a class at least. So this is a class. And has an X and Y, and well, there are a few methods that I'm going to stop related to the batch, and the actor seems to have not here. Well, let's create it here, but it's from actor public here. Let's continue with this package. The actor has also a remove method. I'm not going to copy this because probably from libgdx, because this would probably have lots of dependencies, so I think in this case it's better to just stop, since we are going to change it completely for KorGE, or a lot for KorGE. We need the sort array class, and this is the utils, probably this package. So let's put it here, and now we have it. This class is compiling already. Data loader. Okay, so this is for assets, and this is something that maybe this is an interface or a base class or something. A base class implements drawable. Yeah, so it seems to be utils and base drawable. I'm not going to copy it either. Maybe the actor extends. Let's check. No, the actor doesn't have rendering at all. Okay, so let's continue with this package, and this one is using assets. I'm going to left that part for the end. Boolean array. Boolean array here. And we copy this here. This is compiling and this is not compiling. These have a lot of, this is super coupled on rendering, so this is probably this class. We won't be able to use too much things from this class, so let's not implement, let's not fix this and these classes for now, even with stubs, and let's fix the other things first. So this is compiling, this is not compiling. We will need in the end the interpolation class, and makes sense because these kind of libraries perform lots of interpolations. So let's copy this. Yeah, this one didn't bring more dependencies, which is great. So this package is already working. Let's check the root package. Compiling, not compiling. So let's copy this one too. Object float map here. Let's copy this. And let's continue here. Compiling. This seems to be coupled with OpenGL. Maybe we can use our classes here, but we will have to depend we will have to depend on KorGE. So KorGE, let's check how we were putting dependencies here. Let's add this line here and let's refresh. Actually, we have a blend mode that we should be able to use. but yeah, this code is Java. So well, for now let's stop this thing with graphics here. This is probably an interface, and I don't care about the values right now. It's just to get it compiling. In fact, we have a blend mode class already, so this is implicit, so it shouldn't be a problem. We will be able to replace it later. So the bones requires the matrix 3 class in the end. Not sure if matrix 4 will be required too, but GDX math class, GDX math here, we can put the matrix 3. And if these have dependencies, it depends on vectors 3, 2, so we have to bring it to our project 2. So let's copy it, and matrix 4 2, this is used where in vectors 3. Maybe we won't require this, but well, let's just copy the matrix 4 2 just in case. In fact, the matrix 3D from KorGE, it is a matrix 4 class in the end, so we only have a 3x2 matrix and a 4x4 matrix. And quaternions for rotations. This, I don't think this will be used by Spine, but I don't know for sure. But let's copy it since it seems to not require more. I think 2 is our matrix 2D class, so let's copy this here and copy it here. This one is right, this one is right now, and this overrides something that it's probably from here. I must have removed it, so let's it bring again, but in the end we will remove most of this stuff probably. So vector 2 here, I commented this and these two that was overriding the interpolate. So it seems to be ready already. Bone, I think we were in bone. This compiles, this one was not compiling, and now yeah, we need another class from here. In the end, most of them are just utility classes, so it shouldn't be a real problem we can most of this functionality is already on KDS and KorGE and all that stuff, and all the rest of the libraries. Object map, order map, and the skin is working, skeleton is working. I think I was here. Skeleton binary. This one has more classes. This is all this reading is available on KorGE, so we will be able to use synchronous streams. Let's keep this one for later. And this works. This is using a JSON reader from libgdx, and file handler here. This one is using another class that I'm going to start. So a batch, so this extends batch, it seems, and this extends another batch, and I bet that polygon sprite batch extends polygon batch. Very likely. So the batch method requires this one too. This one too. This is probably X and Y to adjust these vertices. Or maybe the amount, no, probably is the amount of the range index 0 and index 1, the range in this array, probably. And we need to create a new method. This batch is a polygon. I'm not sure in which place. Let's create this in this one. We can move it later if required. So this render is already stopped, and we have another in graphics here. We have this package and this class and a shape type that maybe is an enum. And let's check at least the inner class. Yeah, it was an enum, and with these values we should have we also have this constant on our code base, but let's use this first. This one, this stops, and wait, GDX, where is used GDX? With the with the OpenGL implementation. So let's just stop this 1, 2, and let's put this like here, and let's create these methods too. Shapes here, shapes here, here, and this is another overload, it seems. And the end, begin and end here. Another and another. I think we should support also a shape renderer or something like that to simplify drawing some things like this, but probably without smoothing the lines. Slot data, transform constraint data, updatable. So now we have to start adding a few more steps here. Files and file handle, and maybe we can copy this if this doesn't include too much stuff, but it seems to include lots of things. It has imports from here, so but maybe we need it for, let's include first this one in the utils package here. So this is already fixed, but we need data input, and also for the JSON we will need the JSON reader. Let's hope this doesn't include RL. Well, this is a parser generator or something. JSON reader. Well, this is a machine state. This is generated. But well, value type, file handle. Let's try to include it. JSON reader, utils, JSON reader. JSON value. JSON value, and output type JSON writer, JSON reader or JSON writer. So there are some cyclical references here. And why expects 3 arguments. String builder, and why is that? Buffer replace index string replace and string builder, like abstract string builder, char sequence replace. So why was this compiling? Which version of Java I'm using? Maybe I'm using Java 6 instead of Java 8 or something like that. Let's create this stuff. Not implemented exception here. Throw new. Not implemented error. Yep. Since error doesn't require checked exceptions. Yeah, I was. It's a bit annoying to have to put the new keyword when you have tried Kotlin. So this class is already compiling, and this one is probably not going to compile. Let's try to create this. This is probably like the sync stream from KorGE, and this will have read methods, but not this one. No. Here. Here. And most of them okay, and read byte, not here but here. Maybe byte instead. And close here, and IO exception, because this throws IO exception. With sort, and this extends. This is probably returning a byte array, and data input requires a byte array here, data, and the read method is probably why can't I create data input. I want to create the read method there. This is probably like read byte but returning an int with a -1 in the case we have reached the end of the stream. I think. Let's see base JSON reader. Why we need a base JSON reader? Because it's an interface. But why do you plan to have several implementations? Stream utils class. That should be probably in the utils folder because it's not imported. So here and stream utils, buffer utils. This is used. This is not used, so I'm not going to include more classes if not required. In fact, it just closes this is file reader. Okay, so reader. This is the char set, not implemented error. So this is compiling. And this is not compiling because with Java how can I specify the Java version here? Maybe we can create a method here with character and the string replacement. Okay, so here we can make an index of the. We can't use a character here, so let's create first one that from 2 and here replace. We will have to replace lots of places. We are actually building. We are appending. Why this is not a string? It's because performance. Let's change this to a plain string for now. Buffer replace this target and replace it. So I think we have to use strings here. Maybe it's not that optimum, but well, we probably won't need the JSON writer at all. So why do we need this? Because the output type. And why do we need? Because of the JSON. Yeah, since this is not an extension method, we are coupling that class. We don't need this. So let's remove this and let's remove the writer because of the string of toString. Pretty print. Well, let's restore the writer, but but let's just use a plain string here, and it's totally okay. This we are mutating. We are just mutating this. This way I don't have to update the Java version now. So well, with this, JSON reader, JSON value and JSON writer are working already, are compiling. We have skeleton binary and skeleton JSON here too, compiling. And now let's go for these ones. This is the assets loader. Here we have a few classes in the assets packet. So let's check assets and let's create them. Assets descriptor, not a Kotlin class, but a Java class. Assets descriptor, assets parameters, assets manager, and the loaders package. Asynchronous asset loader and file handler resolver. So this class have two generic parameters and has a constructor like this. In fact, can I create? Yeah, it can create this. And what this requires a texture atlas. So this is generic, it seems. Throw new not implemented error. And this is probably return a string. And this is probably returning another string. And that description, let's create this constructor. And this requires a generic parameter. So this seems to be compiling already. And let's check the last one. I think this is the last one, the last class that it's not compiling. We are going to stop it, but this class probably will require a lot of work to get it working. But well, the objective is to be able to compile this library without including the libgdx library. So G2D in graphics, polygon region, shader program. We have to create this package that already exists. So this class, the mesh with an internal enum, probably enum, and here we have another class and probably another enum. So this this is another class that its attributes and the usage should be here. So yeah, we have all the classes already. This seems to be an interface, and this is another interface because we are this code is implementing that interface. So we can delete the method bodies with this intent. And now vertex data type. We are going to mess Java. We are going to copy this enum, or yes, it's an enum. So we have this is static GL30, but well, actually maybe we will need it here. So let's create it interface. Probably it's extending the GL20, maybe GL30, and usage vertex attribute. This is a static class, not an enum, with integers, and the vertex attribute will require this constructor. And the mesh will require this constructor. GDX seems to have a graphics. Let's see graphics. It's a graphics class that is probably on the same package, on the root package here. So this is graphics, and the graphics has this and not implemented error. This one and this one. So more things begin. Override. We are extending polygon batch. So it seems that batches have this method and this method. In the batch. And well, the shader has a begin and an end method. We have this and this. This is probably, well, since we won't have the same class structure, let's ignore this for now and just put it where it's required. We have to pull this method too, pull this method too, pull this method too, pull this method too, and pull this method too, and this one too. The same. Well, there are lots of draw methods here. I don't know why. And this method for the texture, this method for the mesh, this method for the mesh, the blend functions, and a render for the mesh. That is probably using OpenGL. Dispose, I think this was disposable, but we don't need that interface ourselves. Another one, another one, another one, another one, the same here, the same here, and the same here. Pull, 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 and equal structure, and this boolean, and the log file, the log string, and here we are. Let's try to compile this. Maybe it's compiling already, or maybe I missed something. KorGE Spine JVM test, for example, that should compile. I think I have missed something here. Yeah, this is an interface with lots of methods. That seems this is, well, actually it seems that we don't have default methods here. Yes, we have. And then if this is Java 8, well, let's verify default is not an error. Implement, can't find symbol. Which symbol? This one? This is defined, this is defined, this is defined, I don't know. JSON reader. This uses a deprecated API. Which one? Deprecated? well, let's ignore this for now, and let's see, or well, let's implement those methods here for now, and let's see if this compiles. Yeah, this compiles already. So I'm going to put default methods here. I think maybe I can create a macro if every method here is separated by a line. I think I can create a default method here. Let's see, macros, start macro recording, default, end of line, remove, open brackets, and return null. Going first of the going to the start of the line twice. Here 1, 2, 3, and to the start of the line. So we are in the next one. And let's stop the macro. And we can Control Shift F3. F3. So we are going to do with all the methods, and the ones that are returning void, I will just remove the return line. So here we are, and in the case it uses remove. Actually, I could have replaced it with throwing a non-checked exception instead of returning actual values. But well, which one? All these methods. Why default? All of them are default. Okay, here we have another set. So Control Shift F3 here. And remove 0, 0, 0, 0, remove. And now I think, yeah, it's compiling, so it's not working at all. But it's compiling, so I can put it in master already, and we have an initial implementation that compiles. Let's copy the ignore file here, so it doesn't include the build folder. And let's include these two. So first, non-working spine implementation. Some work of this one, and this is the first step. I don't know how much time it has taken. Maybe, yeah, it seems that 1 hour and 24 minutes, so a lot of time. But this is the first step. Later we will work on converting all these classes into Kotlin. Maybe if we can copy tests, in the case this project has tests, we can copy them and verify that the classes are working. If not, well, we will try something else, but let me check. It doesn't have tests here. It's in a separated project, so maybe we can copy this. Let me copy them already. Let's commit this first, but let's add them already so I don't forget to do that later. The JVM test Java, and I think it was in other Spine runtimes, Spine libgdx, and Spine libgdx tests. So resources, and we can copy them here for KorGE Spine, RCC, JVM test, and let's copy this folder, this whole folder here. And the src folder should be Java, the assets folder should be resources. We can remove this, move this here, and we can remove this, and well, these are a few atlases, so we will probably need some more classes here, but these tests are not automated tests, but visual tests, I think. So yeah, this is not what I wanted. Let's copy them here, original tests, and we will copy them. We will convert them to KorGE later, and we'll verify that it works like the original ones. At least this is something we can test manually. So yeah, this is what we have. Add original visual tests from Spine, and let's commit this and push it, and that's it. I will continue with this in another session, probably other day, hopefully this week. So see you in the next video.